In terms of performance, the Model Y is just better than the other two, and the Ford beats up on the Chevy. Look at the 0 to 60 times. We're talking 6.0 seconds for the Blazer RS, 4.8 seconds for the Mustang Mach-E, and just 4.5 seconds for the Model Y. In the quarter mile it's the same story, with the Blazer getting through the gate in 14.8 seconds at 93.1 miles per hour, the Mach-E taking 13.4 seconds at 105.2 miles per hour, and the Model Y needing only 12.9 seconds while traveling at 112.9 miles per hour. These times are mostly explained by the power each vehicle makes: 288 horsepower and 333 pounds-to-foot of torque for the Chevy, 346 horsepower and 428 pounds-to-foot for the Ford, and 384 horsepower with 375 pounds-to-foot for the Tesla. Need or want more? All three car makers will happily sell you a more powerful version, including the coming soon Blazer SS, Mach-E GT, and Model E Performance. Though looking at the Ford and Tesla's sub-5-second 60-mile-per-hour sprints, how much more power do you need in real life? When it comes to braking, the 2023 Tesla Model Y is best again, stopping from 60 miles per hour in 118 feet. The Ford and Chevy both need improvement, stopping in 128 and 131 feet, respectively. The Blazer hugs the ground a bit more than the Mach-E, pulling 0.80 grams, average, on our skid pad as opposed to 0.79 grams. The Model Y houses them both, pulling 0.87 grams. Any guesses as to how our figure 8 test went? If you guessed 27.4 seconds for the Blazer, 26.9 for the Mach-E, and 25.6 for the Tesla, go buy a lottery ticket. Without putting too fine a point on it, the Tesla is the performance champ among these three electric SUVs, hands down. If you've read this far, you probably think this three-way comparison test is a slam-dunk win for the 2023 Tesla Model Y. That's not a bad assumption, save for one thing: we really like the 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-E and the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer RS. First, the Model Y has never impressed us with its hunchback Model 3 design language, nor with its cost-cutting characteristics the company passes off as haute couture interior styling. The Ford looks sleek on the outside, except for the Mustang face. Yes, we understand Ford's reason for expanding the Mustang family. The thought was the first EV should have sex appeal, hence Mustang, but there'll always be something cartoonish about the Mach-E's face. Plus, Ford now finds itself in the odd situation where its newfangled, future-embracing electric SUV has styling cues from the last generation stomp. Awkward. The Blazer RS, on the other hand, looks like what we thought we'd be driving in 2023 20 years ago. Going a step further, it looks like something you might drive from colony to colony once we all move to Mars. We love how Chevy's design team pushed the wheels out to the corners. That not only gives the Blazer a distinctive look, though it does share a stance with the other Ultium-based two-row SUVs we've eyeballed, Cadillac Lyriq, Acura ZDX, and Honda Prologue, but it helps in several other aspects, interior space and ride quality being the two most significant. Inside, the Blazer feels more spacious than Chevy's own Tahoe. More impressively, the Blazer RS blows away the other two in terms of ride quality. There's a fast, bumpy piece of tarmac on the test section we used. All three vehicles drove over it repeatedly, and the Blazer RS ride superiority was obvious. Not just in terms of comfort, but in dealing with an imperfection that upset the other two. This trait held during the rest of the comparison's evaluations. There was just something pleasing about the way the Blazer RS went about its business. Sure, it was nowhere near as speedy as the other two, but at the end of the day we're talking about family vehicles here. Are 0 to 60 times really a purchase consideration? We'd argue not in this segment. The same can be said of steering feel and handling. Both the Mustang Mach-E and the Model Y have sportier steering than the Blazer RS. But thinking about the segment, the ability to haul butt on a winding road seems trivial, or at least it will be to most folks. It's almost as if Chevrolet made the decision to leave the sporty stuff for the upcoming sport variant. Again, the Blazer SS, while the RS simply concentrates on being a great family vehicle. As for the Ford, the more we drove, the more we realized it's the odd SUV out. The Mach-E has sporting pretensions, but it's neither as good to drive as the Model Y nor as comfy or roomy as the Chevy. We also hate the door handles, especially the rear ones. Still, as far as interiors go, big points to the Blazer. The Tesla truly does look as if someone affixed a small TV to the center of the dash, and the Ford seems to have a giant iPad dominating the cabin. For those of you with good long-term memory, the Mach-e screen looks just like Tesla's screens used to vertical portrait orientation, as opposed to the landscape view screens now found in all models. This makes the Mach-e, and the Ford Lightning, which uses the same screen unlike the rest of the F-150 lineup, look stuck in 2018. Meanwhile, the Blazer has a well-integrated and massive 17.7-inch central screen. Plus, there's a big screen in front of the driver, instead of a teeny screen. Ford, or nothing whatsoever. Tesla, get used to looking right to see your speed. Most important, the Blazer still has knobs and buttons for stuff like HVAC and the radio. It's not all buried in screens. Talk about the future. What we have here is two separate comparison tests. On the one hand, going strictly by the numbers, the Tesla is the easy winner. It boasts the lowest starting price, most range, and it's the most efficient, lightest, and quickest. The Ford Mustang Mach-e would be in second place and the Chevy Blazer RS third. But then we started driving these electric SUVs around in the way normal consumers might, and guess what? Everything flipped. Well, maybe not quite flipped, but boy oh boy is the Blazer charming and a real standout within the segment. The Chevy is refined in a way the other two simply can't match. Mature, can we call a brand new model mature? Sure. Or maybe it's not that the Blazer is so mature, but rather the decision to buy a truly splendid electric family machine is? Either way, the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer RS won the day, and it's one hell of a machine.